Hi dear students, in this video I am going to talk about ionic bond. This is the fourth part of the chapter, chemical bonding and molecular structure. Ionic bond, also known as electrovalent bond. Electrovalent bond. It is defined as electrostatic force of attraction, electrostatic force of attraction between two or more oppositely charged ions. Oppositely charged ions. Charged ions. It is a bond between metal and non-metal. Metal and non-metal. In this bond, the complete transfer of electron takes place from the metal to the non-metal. In this bond formation, complete transfer of electrons takes place. Complete transfer of electrons takes place from metal to non-metal. Metal to non-metal. This bond is non-directional. Non-directional. Students, ionic bond is defined as electrostatic force of attraction between two or more oppositely charged ions. It is a bond between metal and non-metal. For example, if you take NaCl, sodium chloride, bond between sodium and chlorine, which is an ionic bond. Complete transfer of electron takes place from metal to non-metal. And this bond, ionic bond, is non-directional in nature. Non-directional. Okay, why it is called as non-directional? Let us discuss about this. NaCl solid. NaCl solid, in that smallest unit of crystal lattice is called as unit cell. Let us consider one unit cell of NaCl crystal lattice, which is of geometry FCC, face centered cubic close packing FCC. Cl minus ions I am indicating with the big dot, Na plus with the small dot. All the corners of a cube is occupied by Cl minus. All the corners, a cube has 8 corners. 8 corners of the cubic lattice unit cell is occupied by Cl minus. And 6 face centers also occupied by Cl minus. 6 face centers, 8 corners are occupied by Cl minus ions. And location of Na plus is 1 at body center, 12 at edge centers. 12 at edge centers. Location of Na plus is 1 at body center, 12 at edge centers. Generally we can call it as a CCP. Cl minus is forming CCP lattice and octahedral voids are occupied by Na plus ions. In the unit cell, each Na plus ion is surrounded by 6 Cl minus ions, and each Cl minus ion is surrounded by 6 Na plus ions. 6 Na plus ions. Students, for example, when we consider particular Na plus, it has a force of attraction equally from the 6 Cl minus ions. Each Na plus ion is surrounded by 6 Cl minus ions, and force of attraction is equal in all the directions. So that's why ionic bond is called as a non-directional bond. Ionic bond is called as non-directional bond. Let us discuss about the energy changes during the ionic bond formation. Energy changes during ionic bond formation. Ionic bond formation. First step is formation of metal cation. Formation of metal cation. Let us indicate the symbol of the metal as M. In the gaseous state it is present. Loss of one electron, which gives M plus gas. Gaseous metal cation it is forming. The enthalpy change accompanied with this process is called as enthalpy of ionization. The energy required to remove the electron from the isolated gaseous atom, that is called as ionization enthalpy. Second is a formation of anion. Let us consider that non-metal as X. Symbol of non-metal as X, right? X gas. When we add one electron to the non-metal, the energy released, then it will convert into X minus gas, and the energy released, the enthalpy accompanied with this process is electron gain enthalpy. First step is formation of metal cation. By the loss of one electron, neutral metal atom will convert into metal cation. The enthalpy change accompanied with this process is called as enthalpy of ionization. Second step, formation of anion. So X gas plus electron gives rise to X minus gas. Electron gain enthalpy. The sign of delta H, ionization enthalpy, is endothermic, so it has a positive sign. Here energy is released exothermic, so which is indicated with the minus sign. Okay, and the third change, that energy is a lattice energy. Let us discuss about the lattice energy. Lattice energy. After formation of metal cation, formation of non-metal anions, they should be packed in the crystal lattice to convert into the solid, right? The energy released when oppositely charged ions are packed in the crystal lattice to form 1 mole of ionic compound is called as a lattice energy. The amount of energy released when oppositely charged Ions are packed up to form 1 mole of ionic compound is known as lattice energy. It is the enthalpy terms, it is mentioned it as delta H lattice. Enthalpy change accompanied with this process is lattice enthalpy, delta H lattice. Energy released, so it is exothermic, which has a negative sign, right? Negative sign it is having. Then students, lattice energy is directly proportional to Z plus multiplied by Z minus divided by R naught. Here, where Z plus and Z minus are charges on cation and anion, respectively, and R naught is a internuclear distance. R naught is equal to radius of cation plus radius of anion. So that means as the R naught value decreases, size of the ions decreases, lattice energy increases. That is, lattice energy inversely proportional to the size of ions, and it is directly proportional to the charge on the ions. Lattice energy is directly proportional to the charge on the ions. Let us take some examples for the lattice energy order. Students, in the given compounds NaF, NaCl, NaBr, NaI, lattice energy order is as the size of the anion. Here cation is common, Na plus, Na plus, Na plus, Na plus. As the size of anion increases, all these elements fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine are of 17th group elements. Down the group, size of the ions increases. As the size of the ions increases, lattice energy decreases. Lattice energy for these compounds, lattice energy order is NaF is greater than, NaCl is greater than, NaBr which is greater than NaI. NaCl, MgCl2, CaO, you take charge on the ions is +1, -1, +2, -1, +2, -2. As the charge on the ions increases, lattice energy increases. This is the increasing order of lattice energy for the given 3 compounds, right? And students, next is the energy changes during the ionic bond formation can be calculated from the Barn-Haber cycle. Barn-Haber cycle. Energy changes during ionic bond formation can be calculated from the Barn-Haber cycle. M solid, metal solid plus half into X2 gas gives rise to Mx solid. Metal solid state plus half into X2 gas which gives Mx solid. At standard conditions, enthalpy of formation delta Hf naught, it is indicated as a delta Hf naught, enthalpy of formation, right? Standard conditions in the thermodynamics is standard conditions standard conditions. Temperature is 298 Kelvin. Pressure 1 bar, pressure equal to 1 bar. These conditions are known as standard conditions. Temperature in degrees Celsius, which is equal to 25 degrees Celsius, right? So first, metal solid should be converted into metal gas. Metal gas. Solid on heating, it is converting into the gas. So enthalpy change, it is known as a standard condition. Enthalpy of sublimation. Enthalpy of sublimation. So gas, it should convert into the metal cation M plus gas. The enthalpy change accompanied with this process is called as enthalpy of ionization. We need X gas, only one atom is required. Then we need to break the bond between two atoms of X. The energy released or enthalpy change accompanied is delta H bond dissociation energy. Delta H BE bond energy. So standard condition we can indicate with the knot, right? So only half of this it is required. So half delta H naught BE, right? And after X2 is converting into X, we need to convert this X into X minus gas. Okay, non-metal atom should be converted into gaseous anion. So enthalpy change accompanied with this process is indicated with the delta H naught Eg, electron gain enthalpy. Once a metal is formed, metal cation is formed and non-metal anion is formed, these should be packed in the crystal lattice to convert into Mx solid. This enthalpy change is indicated as delta H naught lattice. Delta H naught lattice. So by using S law, we can write delta H naught formation is equal to sum of all these enthalpies. For the metal, delta H naught sublimation, delta H naught sublimation plus delta Hi ionization enthalpy plus bond dissociation energy, half of the bond dissociation enthalpy, delta H BE plus electron gain enthalpy, delta H naught Eg. Okay, for the metal, delta H naught sublimation, delta Hi, this is also we can indicate naught, which indicates that it is at a standard conditions. Bond dissociation energy, half of the bond dissociation energy is delta H naught, because the enthalpy change accompanied to break 1 mole of this molecules into the atoms, that is delta H naught BE. For us only one atom is required, so half of that value we should take, right? So then after converting this X2 gas into X gas at atomic state, enthalpy of atomization also we can call this, right? X gas should be converted into X minus gas. When it is gaining one electron, when it is accepting one electron, the enthalpy change accompanied with that process is called as enthalpy of electron gain enthalpy, electron gain enthalpy. Okay, standard condition. Then these solids, these cation and anions are packed in the crystal lattice. The energy released, the enthalpy change accompanied with this process is delta H naught lattice. Delta H naught lattice. Students, mainly this Born-Haber cycle, is used to calculate lattice enthalpy. Okay, Next, students, let us take one example for the ionic compound and we will continue our discussion with the properties of ionic compounds. Let us take one example for the ionic bond formation MgCl2, magnesium chloride. Magnesium is a metal, atomic number 12, electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2. Outermost shell is a third shell, it has 2 electrons. To get an octet, it will loses 2 electrons. Being a metal, metals are the atoms of the elements which can easily loses the electrons and forms electropositive ions. Metals are atoms of the elements which can easily loses the electrons and forms electropositive ions. Mg2 plus it is giving, right? Mg by loss of 2 electrons it will give Mg2 plus. Chlorine, atomic number 17, electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. Outermost shell it has 7 electrons. Being a non-metal, it will gain 1 electron. It will gain 1 electron and convert into Cl minus. Non-metal is atoms of elements which can easily gain electrons and convert into anions, electronegative ions, anions which are called as, right. So after the formation of cation and anion, there is a strong electrostatic force of attraction between the cation and anion, it is present, right. Mg plus 2, Mg2 plus and 2Cl minus, there is a strong electrostatic force of attraction is present between the oppositely charged ions, right. Then factors that favors the formation of ionic bond. The formation of ionic bond. First thing required is metal should easily convert into the metal cation. Then the requirement, generally we know delta Hi, ionization enthalpy is endothermic, which has a positive sign, endothermic, right. So first condition required is lower ionization enthalpy for or enthalpy of metal. Second thing is more negative value of electron gain enthalpy. More electron gain enthalpy, delta Heg, electron gain enthalpy sign is negative because it is a exothermic process. More negative value of electron gain enthalpy is required. And lattice enthalpy, higher the lattice enthalpy, higher the lattice energy or enthalpy, more stable will be the ionic compound. Students, to form ionic bond, these conditions are required generally, right. Lower ionization enthalpy of metal, more negative value of electron gain enthalpy for non-metal, and lattice energy should be very high. Higher the lattice energy, more stable will be the ionic compound, right. Let us continue our discussion with the properties of ionic compounds now. Properties of ionic compounds. Properties of ionic compounds. Properties of ionic compounds. Physical state. Physical state. Ionic compounds are solids at room temperature because of a strong electrostatic force of attraction between oppositely charged ions. These are hard and brittle solids. Hard and brittle solids. Melting and boiling points. Melting and boiling points are very high due to strong electrostatic force of attraction. Electrostatic force of attraction. Strong electrostatic force of attraction. These will give ionic reactions. These will give ionic reactions which are instantaneous. Which are instantaneous means within no time they will occur. We cannot measure the speed of these type of reactions. These ionic compounds will give ionic reactions which are very fast, instantaneous reactions. So we cannot measure the speed of these reactions. For example, NaCl aqueous is added to AgNO3 aqueous gives AgCl precipitate plus NaNO3 aqueous, which is an ionic reaction, very fast reactions. In solid state, these are ionic compounds are, these are means ionic compounds are insulators. These do not conduct electricity when present in the solid state because ions are tightly packed in the crystal lattice, but conduct electricity in molten or in aqueous state Fifth property is solubility. Students, for the solubility there is a general sentence, that is like dissolves like. Like dissolves like. If it is a polar compound, that is soluble in polar solvent like water. If a given compound is non-polar, that is soluble in non-polar solvent. Like dissolves like. Being polar compounds, ionic compounds are soluble in polar solvents like water. Being polar compounds, ionic compounds are soluble in polar solvents like water. Let us discuss in detail something detailed about the solubility of ionic compounds in water. Dear student, a particular compound is soluble in water when hydration enthalpy, the magnitude of hydration enthalpy is greater than lattice enthalpy, delta H lattice. Generally students, during the formation of ionic compound, delta H lattice sign is negative sign, because exothermic process. During the formation of ionic compound, the delta H sign, delta H lattice is negative, because it is a exothermic, right? So when we want to dissolve, for example, if you take NaCl, sodium chloride, when 1 mole of NaCl is formed from its ions, Na plus ion and Cl minus ion in the gaseous state, they are packed in the crystal lattice to form 1 mole of NaCl. Delta H lattice is 788, minus sign we will get, minus 788 kilojoule per mole. The amount of energy released, the enthalpy accompanied with this process when oppositely charged ions are packed in the crystal lattice to give 1 mole of NaCl, that is minus 788 kilojoules. During the formation, this is exothermic. Same NaCl solid we want to dissolve in the water. 1 mole of NaCl in the water, we want to dissolve it in the water. Na plus aqueous plus Cl minus aqueous. During the dissolution process, we need to break those interactions between the oppositely charged ions. Then delta H lattice sign, now it will becomes as positive. Now the energy is required, that amount of energy is a 788 kilojoule per mole, right? And hydration process is generally in the water, Na plus ions are surrounded by many water molecules from the negative end of the water. So water structure I am writing it as OH. Due to polarity of this bond, partial negative charge on the oxygen. Due to polarity of this bond, partial negative charge on the oxygen, partial positive charge on the hydrogen, partial positive charge on the hydrogen, right? So when we put NaCl solid in the water, Na plus is surrounded by many of water molecules from the negative end of the water, H2O. From the oxygen side, charge on the oxygen is minus, right? So OH2, many water molecule will surround this one particular Na plus, right? Similarly, Cl minus also surrounded by the water molecules from the positive end, that is from the hydrogen side. H2O like this. The new interactions are formed between water molecules and the positive ions, cations, as well as water molecules and anion, that is a Cl minus. This phenomena, this process is called as a hydration. This phenomenon is called as hydration. The enthalpy change accompanied with this process is known as delta enthalpy of hydration. This is new interactions are formed, so the energy will be released. Delta H hydration for the NaCl is minus 784 kilojoule per mole. The net value delta H for this process should be dissolution or the solution. It should be a negative sign we have to get, but here what we are getting, this is when we add these two, plus 4 kilojoule per mole we are getting, plus 4 kilojoule per mole we are getting. Generally, a particular compound is soluble in water if delta H hydration magnitude of this value is greater than the delta H lattice. Okay. So, modulus I am taking, the sign is not in point, the magnitude of the delta H hydration should be greater than delta H lattice, but here there is a slight difference between the delta H lattice and delta H hydration. Even though we know when we are adding NaCl to the water without the stirring also it is soluble, but it is a time taking process. A spontaneous process may be time taking, it should not be instantaneous. Instantaneous means it is within no time it will occur, but a spontaneous process need not to be an instantaneous process, but it will occur by its own. It may be time taking, it should occur by its own. When we add NaCl to the water, so dissolution process is a time taking, but it will occur by its own. So we can call it as a spontaneous process. Dissolution of NaCl in water is a spontaneous. So what is the driving force here? Driving force is a entropy change. When a particular compound is present in the solid state, it has less entropy. Okay, measure of randomness is called as entropy. Solid state, it has less entropy, ordered form it is present. So less entropy. When it is dissolved in water, then the entropy of NaCl increases. So for the dissolution of NaCl in water, driving force will be the entropy. Enthalpy is not a driving force because enthalpy sign we are getting positive plus 4, right? Entropy will be the driving force for the dissolution of NaCl in water, right? Students, this is all about the ionic compounds, ionic bond and ionic compounds properties we have done. Thanks for watching.